What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Birchwoods gaming channel. Today we are back on the Archaios Archipelago, the Typhon Island, the first server of the Archaios Archipelago. The second server is not up yet, and that will be within 12 months, probably, maybe even longer. But today we are doing a reincarnation build. We are bringing one of our WWD Deinonychus over to the Archaios Archipelago. Which one it is, I'm not going to tell you until he's fully grown. But it is a he, so is it Midnight? Is it Prince? Who knows? It might even be the one that we didn't really see on the channel. So, it could be any of them. Now, on the Archaios Archipelago server, we have a little bit of a different way of doing things. We understand that people like to grow their dinosaurs as quickly as possible. Not everyone has 5 hours to grow a dino. Obviously not in the case of Deinon. Deinon are relatively quick growers regardless of what server you go on. But we understand that not everyone has all that time to grow a dino. So on this server you can utilize the growing, the questing through growing. Questing through growth. Right, so what this means is, while you can still passively grow, and there are rewards for that, if you, for example, you're on your own, or you've only got an hour to play, or something like that, and you just fancy a bit of a quicker playthrough on your chosen dinosaur, you can quest. And what we're going to do in this episode is we're going to quest to get our reincarnation dino up to basically adult, and we can have a little bit more fun with them then. Have I missed the entrance to go up here? No, this is here, I think. Yeah. It's been a while since I've been in White Cliffs, in all honesty. So, this just does not look the same as normal. Where am I supposed to be delivering these flowers? That's why it don't look the same. I'm supposed to be delivering them over there. But yeah, so we are starting in the White Cliffs today on our reincarnation. I'm sorry that this isn't going to be a latrine reincarnation. Obviously, a lot of people loved the latrine videos. I've had loads of people ask for a latrine reincarnation. I don't think I'll ever do a latrine reincarnation. I was very disappointed when we got put in the position where we couldn't play her no more. But I think latrine is best off being kept over at WWD, and we have someone that maybe wasn't so prevalent on WWD over at Archaios Archipelago. Now, obviously with this being a male, the profile is slightly different. It's going to be a little bit harder for us to get into a pack. We're going to have to try and find a female and try and lure her away from a pack. That may not happen, it may happen, but in all honesty, we know what Prince was like. He was a fighter, and I'm sure he will find a female at some point. But the first thing we've got to do is we've got to get up to adult. Obviously I have given it away that it's Prince, my bad, but you know what, I'm not too worried. That is an invisible block. That's not good. Well, I've got to remember where the flowers are. I think the flowers are down here, in this area. You can tell I haven't played in White Cliffs for a while. Where are the flowers? It has been a quick minute since I've been over here, so I'm just trying to re-familiarise myself. So we come down there. There should be flowers. There's tiger nuts. Tiger nuts. I normally do this quest relatively quickly. I don't mind getting this quest in this area because it's a relatively quick quest. However, I do appear to be having a little... Is that flowers over there? I do appear to be having a little bit of an issue finding... There they are. I knew they were around here somewhere. So I'm quite happy that we've spawned into White Cliffs. The reason for that is there is a corpse here. And previous player knowledge will tell us that there is a corpse here. And there is also water here. So if we do start to struggle with either of those, we don't have to worry about going out and trying to hunt something down as a very young Deinon. Which is obviously a major issue. We don't want to be doing that. And I kind of want to show off this quest system. And this is a nice little area to do quests. 2. One more. See, look, I throw myself by not going all the way around. Doing it this way, I throw myself off where things are. I think I've got to go over here again. I should really have paid a bit more attention. Yeah, I was right. Just over here. So, with doing questing, you don't need the set marks roll. What we have done is we have boosted rewards for doing quests. So obviously you get a fast grow, you get a fast amount of marks, which is obviously what we all want. We want to be able to do our skins and everything, and we want to get to adult as quickly as possible. And obviously not everyone has the 5 hours. That's the idea behind it. The realism aspect still applies. If you passively grow, it still applies if you are questing to growth. But obviously you'll spend a shorter amount of time within each one of those stages. And as I want to get our young prince back up to adult as quickly as possible, come down there, come running across here and go off that. Okay. Oh, thought I was going to take 4 damage for a second there. So we've got 3, we need another 2. Now this might not... The skin I might... Obviously I'm going to go for a melanistic skin. But what that does not mean is that... What that does mean is that it might not necessarily be exactly like Prince was. I can't remember what the colour code and everything else was for Prince. But I've got the picture in front of me and I've got a rough idea of what Prince actually looks like. So I'm going to try and match it up the best I can. It might not be perfect, but we'll see. It's still going to be Prince reincarnated. This is going to be his story as a lonely new male that hasn't been born in like Prince was. And I do want to stress that the Deinon profile on this server currently is the old Isla Vitale profile. Obviously, AA rose from... I forgot about that. AA rose from IV's... from the IV server. IV obviously changed name and became AA when the new management took over. I am part of that management team, so I am very pleased to be involved in it. But obviously some of the profiles and some of the stuff like that are still IV profiles. They're IV stuff. We have a roadmap of updates for when each section of profiles are being released. So we've already had the forest update. So all those creatures that reside in the forest, such as the Utahraptor, the Utyrannus, and those kind of creatures, the Para is in there. They are all easily accessible, and they are the new profiles. Some of the older profiles are sort of like the Deinon, the Leighton, those sort of creatures, Rexy, and they are all old profiles. We will be releasing a Grasslands update, which will go over all the new profiles for the rest of the Grasslands creatures. And then after that we will have what we call Apex 1, and then we will have Apex 2. And what that will do is that will basically give us... Does this have red eye? No. Okay, so we will go melanistic. We will go melanistic. But as you can see, we've got a lot of marks from the questing. We have a lot of growth. So I am very happy. There's the red eye of Prince. Now, I think I went onto the dark greys on pretty much everything I could. Don't think I went along the blue colours. Might have done. Can't remember. But I have a feeling I went along the greys as much as I could. And where is the picture of Prince? I think this is relatively close to Prince as he was. I will just double check. I'm pretty certain that this is how Prince looked. It might not be. I might be way off. This will take a little bit to find these pictures, so we'll carry on. I think this is what Prince looks like. Obviously, I don't think we used any of the blue colours. Maybe we did. See, I'm sure we just went all grey. Sure we just went all grey with him. Yeah, we'll go with this one. So, we'll begin the shed. Now, through the shop, you can buy skip shed. That is something that you will be able to buy once we have that currency system set up. But obviously we don't have that done now. So, we haven't got any more quests apart from hunting critters in Whitecliff. So we're gonna move over now towards the impact crater. I think that's probably the place we're gonna go. Now, you can speak in local chat if you need a TP. I might be the only staff member on, so let's have a double check. No, Sunny is on, and Sunny is catching it, so Sunny is going to TP. So the reason why somebody is asking for a TP is because we have restricted the map. So basically, if you follow my cursor here, all of this, coming down here, around here, like around here, down here, all this area is part of the restricted map. This is where you can play. This on the outside is out of bounds, and all this up here is out of bounds as well. Now, the reason for that is, obviously, this is a server with a relatively low population count, and the reason it's got a low population count is obviously because it's a relatively new server. So what we want to do is we want people to interact with each other. 15 players across a map of this size is very hard for you to have interactions. However, with the restrictions, we've noticed that people are enjoying the restricted map size. They are enjoying the fact that they are having much more interaction than what they probably expected to be having. And obviously, as the population grows, we will open up new areas within the map so that it doesn't get too crowded in certain areas. Obviously, you still have your hotspots. I think every server has their hotspots, even like WWD and Arizoa and the new Primordial Tyrant server. They all have their hotspots. They will do. It's just the nature of where everyone conjugates to. But with the restricted map size, we have found that things seem to run relatively well. I'm just going to take a little quick peek over the top here. Just want to see if there's anything in Impact Crater. There doesn't appear to be, so I think we're safe to go in to get some water and maybe grab a bite to eat. And hopefully we get a quest. And there is the quest, to collect 35 rocks. So obviously we are still a hatchling, so we've got to be a juvenile, so we've got to be relatively careful. When we do have a complete nesting system on the server as well, so if you want to be nested in, you will obviously take an egg. You will get on the server, jump on the dinosaur of the egg that you have taken. You hit transport or babyfy or whatever it's called. I think it's called babyfy, and you will get transported to your parents. There are some very, very, very interesting profiles on this that we have made on this server. They're not all going to be for everyone. We understand that. We have some very cool things. The Megalania, for example, is a bit of an egg thief. So you can steal from nests. We have a nesting system where you can gain badges, And as you gain badges in nesting, so like an experienced mother or a gallant protector for the father, as you protect that nest between the two of you, and you protect that nest for a good amount of time, you will then have your babies transported to you, and you will receive the first part of the experienced mother or gallant protector badge. I heard something then. I think it was a thou. Just gotta be careful, because obviously Impact Crater, as we all know, is a hotspot on any server. So let's just get these quests out of the way. Get our young prince to adult as quickly as possible. Hopefully with the timer that will be completely fine, and then we will try what I think we're going to do. Now, Dainons don't form symbiotic relationships on this server, but you can shadow a carnivore, and when they finish... I knew I'd seen something. I am in trouble. But oh no. I should be able to jump higher than whatever this is. I can get to something higher. I knew I was in trouble. This might be the death of the prince right early. I'm not even going to look behind me, I'm just going to run. Ah! I think they're trying to befriend me, and I don't know why they're trying to befriend me. And I don't really have anywhere that I can jump that they can't. I feel like there's two of them around. I can sort of just hide out. Okay, so it looks like that Utah is going up there. So yes, there are Utah raptors as well. I've got to be careful, because that could eat me. That could eat me. Is it a good idea to carry on with this quest? I'm not going to lie, I jumped out my skin the minute I saw that Utah. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I can see it up there. Try and keep a relative eye on it. Don't use all my stamina up. Don't want to risk that. Utah is still sat up there. I don't know what it had in its mouth and what it's trying to do. But I'm going to be cautious around it. I haven't got my tail fan just yet. So without the tail fan, it is a little bit worrying that I'm going to be eaten. I think the tail fan might be the thing to save me. Need to I'm going to keep an eye there. It's still there. I need to find these flowers and get out of here. There's flowers. I think I'm possibly going to look to go back out the way I came up there. Might go up that way. Okay, that should be enough growth, maybe. Just watching it, just watching it, just watching it. If I can get out of here before it decides to hunt. I'm quite surprised to see a Utah raptor here. They are part of the forest biome, so while they... Oh, I completely missed them. So while they are part of the forest biome, there are restrictions. So, a forest biome creature can leave a forest to hunt, or to find a mate, or that kind of thing. And they can spend up to 1 in-game day away from their forest biome. After that 1 in-game day, they do need to make their way back to... Oh, of course it's going to rain. They do need to make their way back to a forest biome of some sort. It is asking us to collect lake weed, but I don't think that's going to be a good idea. I think let's go to Grand Plains River. I don't want to be drinking out of Impact Crater, and then all of a sudden there's... the Utah just reappears on me. Generally we thought that Utah was going to try and kill me. I was very concerned, very, very concerned. And with the rain now, I am struggling to hear anything. So, unless something happens, I will meet you back at the river. Okay, so I have just heard another Deinon around. Don't know where it is. I heard it though. I'm not quite sure where it is. Obviously, I don't want to risk being seen by the Deinons. So I'm hiding in this bush. I can hear the tail fan. I'm going to try and remain as quiet as I can. Don't see it. I can hear it. Even over the rain, I can hear it. But I do not see it. And obviously Prince is not ready yet to become the gallant protector and fighter that he was. I can definitely hear them. Server restart in 50 minutes. Always when I'm recording a video there is a server restart. Speaking of videos, I apologise it's been so long since the last one. As I said, we are working diligently on profiles and getting the server set up both on the Discord side and on the in-game server side. So things are relatively hectic. I've got a lot of IRL family stuff going on as well, which obviously plays a part in that. So I haven't quite had enough time. I still believe that the videos are going to be relatively sporadic for the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. I know next week it's going to be relatively sporadic. I've got some I'm going away for my adopted niece's birthday. That is obviously something I've got to take into account. I'm going to be away for 2 days. See if I can just drink quickly out of this, because water drain seems to be terrible. I don't see any preds in the water at the moment. We've just reached adolescence, so we should be able to get our tail fan soon. And as you can see, the gold bar is completely full. This indicates that I should be at least going up to subadult off this bit of growth. Just maybe I'll be going all the way to adult off just those few quests, because like I was saying earlier, we know that people don't have all the time in the world to play, and a 5-hour slog to grow something isn't for everyone. We're not all going to be able to do that. We don't all have the time to do that. But so we've taken that into account, and we've looked at ways of giving benefits for passive growth. We've also looked at ways of giving people that don't have that much time a better way to play, so you can grow quickly and interact with the world much quicker. There seems to be a lot more interactions you can do once you are an adult than what it is when you are a hatchling or a juvenile or an adolescent or a subadult. Tends to be that way, and I think that's a better way of playing. So it means people that like the passive growth side of things can passively grow and gain a reward from it, and those that prefer to quest up to adult very quickly can also do it that way and can play from their play style as well. So I'm hoping that is gonna help in improving community morale. It's gonna help improving the number of players. I think it's a really good thing for the server. It's not something that I think many have touched on, and obviously I think it's best. I just genuinely think it's best all round. It allows people with loads of different play styles to play the dinosaurs they want to play. So the reason there are no apexes on the server at the moment is we wanted to get the ecosystem up and running. We know that a lot of people seem to play just only apexes, and we didn't want a server full of apexes basically. So we've given it time where we allow the ecosystem to sustain itself, build itself up, and hopefully when the Apexes do arrive in the Apex 1 and the Apex 2 updates, the ecosystem will be able to support it. Obviously if the ecosystem can't support it, it's a bit of a waste of time having Apexes because there's nothing for them to hunt, and it just becomes a bit of a PvP sort of thing. So I definitely think having the setup like this has helped the server along, and the player base seems relatively happy with it as well. While there was obviously disappointment regarding the fact that there was no Apexes coming straight out, people seem to be relatively happy that they at least got to play some dinos on new profiles and stuff like that. So I am very happy with how the server's going. We are currently hitting higher average numbers than per day than what the server was when it was known as IV, which is fantastic. It just shows to us that what the work we have been doing, we've been doing properly, we've been getting it right. And obviously, like I said, we're still building everything up, and I can't wait to get to a point where we can sort of sit back as a staff team and relax a little bit, but that's not going to be for a while yet. I do also want to mention that we have a Halloween event coming at the end of October, and there is a very high chance that we will have a Christmas event as well. We have a couple of... We've just had a movie night event happen over the weekend just gone. So we've had that stuff. We've had classes take place. We've had nestings, staff nestings, where we nest in quite a few different dinos. There have been loads of little events and snippets going on, and for the most part people seem to enjoy it. Again, I am very happy with that. I am gonna just be careful. I swear I just heard something then. I'm worried about running into that U-tower again, because I do not believe I have the ability to escape it. I'm a little bit worried as to where these Deinonychus that I am hearing are as well. So we're going to go into character. We're going to set up the abilities hide. We were known for being relatively quick on. He's more of a hard hitter. Jump control. I much prefer the tail fan. I think it's a lot better, and we're going to have the bark. I think the bark is much better than this. Okay, so somebody just turned off the rain. I'm going to assume that something happened. I don't know why the rain suddenly got turned off then. Either way, it is now into nice sun. One of the staff members is on and obviously messing with the weather. Like I said, things are being updated all the time. I think I'm a little bit more in trouble now, being in Grand Plains in summer. I think what we're going to do is maybe we'll go through Birchwoods. I don't think I've had Birchwoods in a video yet, and I think it would be very nice to actually have Birchwoods, and you will be able to hear what I think of Birchwoods. Obviously it's a new area within the game. I don't think I've ever shown it on a video. So we'll just head over there and do it while Prince continues to grow up to adult. I'm hoping we're going to be able to find a carnivore, just sort of shadow them a little bit. Maybe once they finish on a body, we can just sort of nab some food off it. And if we keep our distance, we don't need to. We're not going to be close to it or anything like that. We're just going to follow it from a distance. So let's. And the reason for that is obviously primarily we are a scavenger dino, or at least we are in this iteration of the profile, and we don't have a pack. We are on our own. I'm I'm a little worried that I'm going to be spotted, so I'm trying to keep my stamina up as much as possible. Just in case the other Dainons appear, because they will kill me. I'm not an adult. Just trying to keep my eyes peeled for them. Now, Dainon, Layton, I believe when we release the profiles for these, they're going to be able to be in both forest and grassland biomes. Look at how good Birchwoods looks when you walk towards it. I love it. I love Birchwoods so much. I'm also interested to see if we have any Utah-Renaissance. We are currently in fall in-game. The season of fall. That means that breeding for Utah-Renaissance and Para has effectively started happening. We have breeding seasons for every dino, so there's always a good sort of... what's the right word? There's a good sort of... what's the right word here? Why can I not think of the right word? Variety. There's a good sort of variety of nestings going on throughout a month, and a real life month, because each season lasts for roughly 7 days IRL. I think that is a very big jump for our little bird to try and make, and we're not going to attempt it. Go up and over that, but don't. That. Oh no, they're rocks. I can hear something walking around. I forgot how bright the eyes are on melanistics. So obviously, if you're looking for food and stuff like that, we know it's full. So one of the things you will know is from game knowledge, Discord knowledge, player knowledge, common knowledge, so to speak. You'll know that if the forest animals are nesting, there's a very good chance that the forest animals are within the forest. They have to nest within their biome, and with Birchwoods obviously being quite clearly a forest, I think that's where we're likely to find players. We're also, like I said earlier, I'm quite surprised that we saw that Utah Raptor. A Utah Raptor is also a forest biome creature, so I am quite surprised that I was quite surprised to see him there. We've heard Dainons, we've been, I don't know what the right word is for the Utah Raptor, whatever the Utah Raptor was doing. He can't have been hungry enough to hunt me. So, not quite sure what he was doing. Probably just tolerating me as I'm a little baby. Or I was. I still am, in a sense. I'm an adolescent. Just got to be careful, because I think, as you can see, like, if that Utah Raptor is in here, how hard is it going to be to see that Utah Raptor? You're not going to see it come out the woods at you. I am just keeping my my wits about me, so to speak. I do want to get over to... In fact, I could climb over this, couldn't I? I do want to get over to the other side of the river. I would be very surprised if power... Okay, glitch through a rock. I'd be very surprised if there's any power in here. Besides the scare with the Utah Raptor. And the Dainons that were running around in Grand Plains, there doesn't appear to be much going on. Which is quite shocking. Quite odd, in my opinion. Normally, I would assume I'd see something in here. We're not quite hungry enough for that burrow just yet. It's good to know that it's there. Well, I suppose I'll come back to you when something happens. Is that an Amarg? Okay, there's an Amarg over there. Something might hunt that in the future. Oh no. Something might hunt that. That might be worth looking at. I don't really want to cross this river because Dainons have awful... That's an Amarg. Something might hunt that at some point. Okay. Okay. we can get back up there, I can go over that. If I keep an eye on that mark roughly. Something might hunt that mark, and if something does hunt that mark, it means we should be able to get some food off it. We gotta get over there quick before the mark disappears. Not fall down here if we can help it. This way not possible. Oh, okay, let's go back down here. We'll go this way over. This way is possible. Ish. Oh no. That's what you call a railroad. A rock ride. No, I forgot about the jump. I haven't equipped tail fan either. Let's quickly equip that. As if I forgot to. There's no there, no there. Tail fan in. Let's put the bark on. We're going to keep hyper carnivore. May change to scavenger over time. I am in a rock. That's not good. It's getting dark. I don't see the mark. That is not good. Okay. We're on this side now, but yeah, that's a big jump. Prince just carries on proving his credentials as a fighter. There's the Amarg over there. I can just see it in the distance. Now, obviously, when we're tailing a herbivore, or we're tailing... I hear something. I don't know whether it's the Amarg. Sounds like it's coming from the right. Oh, there's another Amarg. Okay. That's what it was. There's two Amarg. Two Amargs? It is becoming night time, so we are going to be going to sleep very shortly. This is when the Laytons will wake up. We need to go and find a little cave or something to, or a bush or something to sleep in. It's sort of out of the way, where we're not going to be seen so easily. You can imagine what we're going to look like. If I go into Ansel here, you can imagine what we're going to look like in the dark. Like, you can't easily see us. You know what I mean? It's hard to see us in the shadows. Which is a shame we're not a night creature. Okay, so that marks easing over there. So what was it I saw over here? There's the mark. What was it I saw over here? Carnivore of some kind, maybe? Okay, so I do need to collect some stuff. I'm going to quickly collect out these tiger nuts. Because we're not quite going to reach adult off this. I don't hear anything around it, so I don't know if something's looking at it to hunt or what. These few tiger nuts should give us the growth that we need to get up to adult. We do need to try and find somewhere to sleep as well. I don't really want to lose the Amarg. At the same time, I don't want to risk getting caught out by Laytons if Laytons are about. So I'm kind of in two minds of what I'm going to do right now. If I can follow this Amarg from a distance, that should mean that when it stops to sleep, then I will be able to stop and sleep some distance away from it, so I'll hear if there's an attack going on. Something coming over there as well. Oh, is that another Amarg? Okay, so 2 are marked. Three are marked. Wow. Okay. Not expect 3 are marked to appear. And I heard the Utah as well. I've just heard the Utah in the background somewhere as well. So I think there might be potential for a scavenged meal here. I don't know whether they've seen me or not. I'm trying to stay sort of hidden. They inspecting. Making a lot of noise. Which should hopefully draw a carnivore in. Hopefully they'll all settle down for the night. Watching how they interact from here at the moment. I wonder if it's just worth bolting over to that bush over there. I don't think they can see me. One of the beauties of being melanistic at night. I'm like a big shadow. But as they aren't moving, if I move, they're going to hear me. I'm currently looking to follow them in the hopes of finding a carnivore. They run into a carnivore that'll eat them. That's the plan. That's the game plan here. More movement. As they all start to move, I will continue to follow them up, I think. Yeah, okay, so they're all starting to move. Are they going back towards the impact crater? Or are they coming further down into Grand Plains? That is going to be the question. Are they heading back towards the impact crater? Okay, they're all moving. I stay behind each individual bush. They shouldn't hear me, provided I just keep walking. Ooh, I'm starting to go me black colour. Look at that, my melanistic colour's coming through. Prince is starting to look the man again. I'll just do a double quick check behind me, make sure nobody's hunting me. Megalania comes out of nowhere and just kills me. That would be dreadful. I'm going to try and keep these in line of sight so that if I see... I hear something. Hang on. Hang on. What was that all about? That was a sort of burst from the one mark in that direction. Is that what the Utah is? Do really need to sleep on the game very soon. Prince needs his nap very soon. They are heading down into crater. At least one of them has headed down into the crater. Where's the other two? Oh no, they are all down there. So I think what this would be an ideal thing to do is we sleep here. They're sitting down. Okay, sweet. So if we sleep here, we should... There's the third one. If we sleep here, we should be able to see if anything comes to grab them. And as they're such big creatures, they're not going to be bothered by a little Deinonychus following behind them. So I will grab some water. They can see me. It ain't going to matter. I'm not going to be hunting them. I'm not going to be able to hunt them. I'm just waiting for a carnivore to come and find them. Does that one that's running towards the rocks look younger? Yeah, it's Questing. Is That one's questing. Rain is coming down, but we are getting our nap in. I don't know whether there's any carnivores online. I'm hoping there are. So I'd like to get a meal out of following these. Right, so it is morning. We're going to pop down for a drink. And say hello. Well, we're going to... The Margs are going to look at us and they're going to be... Maybe they'll be a bit aggressive towards us. We are just a Deinon, so they shouldn't really care about us in all honesty. As long as we take a wide berth around them, they shouldn't really care all that much. It does feel good to be back on Prince. I know everyone's looking forward to Latrine potentially returning. But I don't think Latrine will return. I think there'll be a new Deinon female in her place at some point. I'm taking a relatively wide berth around these. I don't want them to feel like I'm coming towards them. And as you can see, the realism aspect, the Margs are not interested in me. They heard me. One heard me, got up, had a little look at me, looked around, saw the other two weren't really particularly that bothered. They stayed asleep. And he just sort of left me to it. I think I'm going to sit up here on this rock. Hoping a carnivore appears. We have just reached adult though, so the growth of Prince is already complete. And I think I'm going to do very minor editing with this video. Just edit out the bits where there's a big gap of no talking. Just so you can see just relatively how long it took me to grow. It hasn't took me long to grow at all, in all honesty. I think if I have a look at the recording, I started the recording, yeah, an hour ago, so it hasn't been that long to grow this. Oh, another Marg's waking up. Wandering around. Those are some pretty colours on that Marg. They know I'm no threat to them. So why would they attack me? Why would they come near me? They're not going to be interested in me at all. I'm too small. I'm too insignificant. See, look, just walking past me like it. What you would expect to happen in real life? Not particularly interested in me. Just going about their business. I'm going about mine. I don't like the fact they're heading towards the burrow when I'm going to be heading there in a minute, but and that's the thing I like. The community has really come into this. They've really adopted this way of doing the realism where not every carnivore is an absolute threat to you. And that you need to go up to it and poke it and upset it and make it attack you or anything like that. You can see they're quite happy just to go about their own thing. They're not bothered about me. I'm not bothered about them. I heard Deinonychus though. This might be my cue to potentially leave. Well, if I run towards them, they're going to be a little bit more nervous. Whereas if I just walk over to this burrow, I wonder if they will let me. I wonder if they'll let me go and eat. concerned, I heard Deinons. Now, I am adult, so technically they should be welcoming towards me, but they might not be. Idea. Seven minutes to restart. That's probably a good time to end the video, actually. Shame we're not going to be able to see if these are margs get hunted at any point. Please don't run towards your margs. Please don't run. Okay, sweet. Try and bring it down away from the margs a little bit more. Nom nom nom. See, look, they're still not bothered. I love this little interaction. There's basically no interaction between the two of us. But they are not skittish enough to be worried about me. I know they're too big to hunt. We're not bothered by each other. Not bothered at all. I think it's a really good little interaction. Good little showcase of what the server is all about. Creating this very realistic ecosystem, this environment. I really enjoyed that. Like, I'm genuinely very happy with how that went. They're not bothered by me. They're keeping an eye on me. Little bit of a shout out there. Those three are margs. I don't know who they are within the server, but shout out to you three. You played that really well. You weren't bothered by me in the slightest. Exactly how it should be. I am very happy with that, how that went. I love it when you see, like, the stuff you've implemented and put into place. And not just me, but the staff team in general. And seeing it come off. And people not being scared of just a random Deinon being around them. Or they're not aggressing on a random Deinon. Oh, I heard something then. I just really like the way that went. Goodbye, Margs. I hope you all live long. I will impute. I do want to follow them, but we're getting to that point of the server restarting that we're not going to be able to do that, and I haven't got the time left in the day to be able to carry on playing. So but that's a nice little heartwarming thing to end on, isn't it? What we'll do is we'll head over to that rocky outpost there. We'll sit on top. We'll look out. And oh, it's so good hearing the Deinon noises again. I have missed them so much. I wonder if anyone's in that burrow. Thing is, in that burrow, that could be Deinons, that could be Laytons. If it's Laytons, I am in massive trouble. I'm going to stay away from that a bit more, I think. I'm so happy with how that went. Might have to try and find out who those marks were, so I can give them a bit of a shout out. In the, like I used to do when people were in the party, I used to put out a special thanks to. Might have to do that with them because I think they played that interaction really well, or lack of interaction really well. You know what I mean? I think I really like that. That was so good, so happy. It don't take much to make a staff member happy on this server, I tell you. I don't see anything else going on. Where are the Deinons I heard? Probably already logged off. 3 minutes to go. We are going to log off as well. But if you have enjoyed today's episode, please drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would be great to see you all join the Archaios Archipelago. The link will be down in the description below. And I will see you all very soon for another installation of Path of Titans. Have a good one, guys.